Amy Pascal was recently questioned about a possible live-action Miles Morales movie from Sony. And this is something we've heard about and wanted for years. There's been rumors, oh, it's happening. Oh, it's not happening. Oh, it'll happen this far down the line. And it's just been so much back and forth. But it makes sense that Sony would want to do a live-action Miles Morales because of the success of the Spider-Verse movies. Miles Morales has become a big character. He's now known as Spider-Man. And on top of that, also the Insomniac games as well, Miles Morales has really risen to popularity. Now, if they really want to generate revenue, they bring him to live action because live action makes more money than those Spider-Verse movies will, and than the video game has. So live action is the next logical step. And so when Amy Pascal was recently asked about this, she said that there's interest in doing that, but not until they do 2 more movies. Now, this quote has been very misunderstood by many people. Most people assuming that 2 more movies is 2 more Spider-Verse movies. But no, because Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be the last Miles Morales Spider-Verse movie. Phil Lord and Chris Miller have confirmed that. And I don't remember which one it was, or maybe it was both. But Phil Lord and Chris Miller confirmed what Amy Pascal actually meant by this. And supposedly what she meant was Beyond the Spider-Verse and the MCU's Spider-Man 4, which we know is coming. It's going through a bit of a rough patch right now. It's been in development for so long, since No Way Home came out, which is quite a while ago. That was 2021, I believe. 2021. Dang, 3 years ago. And still no progress on this movie, really. We don't have a director. I don't know if we have a writer. Supposedly they're working on a script right now, but as many of you know, Sony and Marvel are kind of fighting right now because Sony wants to, one, rush the movie and get it to release next year, July of 2025. That's a major rush if they don't even have a script yet. And on top of that, Sony wants to force the multiverse in here with more Tobey and Andrew, which, I mean, yes, I want to see more Tobey and Andrew, but save that for an actual multiverse movie like Secret Wars. Save it for an Avengers movie. We already saw them in No Way Home. That was great. That was fantastic. Sony thinks that just because, that movie made a lot of money was because of Tobey and Andrew, and that was definitely a big part of it, but they think they need to have them back to make as much money. No. Literally, one of the things that people love the most about No Way Home, specifically the end of No Way Home, is that it set up a more grounded solo Spider-Man, where he is on his own, where he's not dealing with the multiverse, he's not dealing with the Avengers, he is street level, he is grounded, he's just your friendly neighborhood, spectacular Spider-Man. It's perfect. And that's what Marvel wants. That's what Marvel and Kevin Feige wants to do, is just a good, grounded Spider-Man story. And that's what I think all of us fans want. I have not seen a single person say that they want the multiverse stuff in Spider-Man 4. That's not what we want. So hopefully things get worked out there. Hopefully Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios end up winning, because that's what we all want. That I think would probably be a better movie instead of trying to force more stuff in there just to try and make money out of it. Make a good quality film, a good quality Spider-Man film. And one of the things that's now being reported about Spider-Man 4, though, from Daniel RPK, is that we could possibly see the debut of live-action Miles Morales. So we may not get a live-action Miles Morales movie anytime soon, a solo movie, but he may make his debut in Spider-Man 4. And if it is, not until we make 2 more movies, and that's Beyond the Spider-Verse and Spider-Man 4, then maybe the next movie after Spider-Man 4 would be live-action Miles Morales. He's introduced in Spider-Man 4, set up for a spin-off. That will be perfect. And there's been a lot of rumors going around that when we do get a Miles Morales solo live-action movie, that Sony would want Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige involved, co-producing like they do for the Tom Holland Spider-Man films. That I think is perfect. Great idea. I love that. Now, this makes sense for a lot of reasons. Some people are like this idea, some people are upset about this idea. One reason it majorly makes sense is because of Donald Glover. Donald Glover, I think, has even said himself that he's probably going to return as the Prowler, and most likely in Spider-Man 4. There's been a lot of rumors surrounding that he will return as live-action Prowler. As we saw his cameo in Across the Spider-Verse, he was introduced in 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming, so that there is incredibly exciting. I think that's great, of course, in the comics. Prowler, Uncle Aaron, is the uncle of Miles Morales. So it makes sense that this would, if we see Prowler in this movie, that Miles would also be introduced as well. Maybe we know Tom Holland's Peter is going to be starting college. Maybe Miles is the same age as him. Maybe he'll also be in college. Maybe that's how they meet each other. Or maybe maybe he'll be a high school student, because usually it's presented in a way where Peter is older than Miles. And I think it would be really cool to have Tom's Peter be kind of a mentor to Miles. The only thing with this is a lot of people are taking this as, oh, Spider-Man 4 would then be a team-up movie. They would be co-protagonists. No, I don't think that's how it would be. I think they would save that for the Miles Morales movie. I think what this would actually be is, Prowler is a villain. He has a presence in this movie. So there's a reason for Miles to appear. And I think Miles will appear here, but just as Miles, not as Spider-Man. It might be like that Spider-Man PS4 video game where he's introduced and he's involved in the story just as Miles Morales. Maybe if you involve Feast as well, and Martin Lee, that would be really cool. Again, just thinking about that Spider-Man PS4 video game. Have Miles part of the story, and then maybe at the end he gets bitten by a spider. And then that spins off into his solo movie where he is then going to become Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man. Tom Holland could probably be in that movie and train him and do all this stuff. Honestly, I think what they need to do here is just take the format from the Insomniac PlayStation video games and translate that to a live-action movie. Obviously make some changes here and there, but for the most part, I think that's what they should do. It was successful there. Why not have success with it here? We know it works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think that this could happen. I think this most likely will happen. Again, they're very mixed on how Spider-Man 4 is going to go right now, but I feel like this is something that just business-wise, it makes sense. They want to get Miles into live action as soon as possible. This is the best logical place to do it, and also the best way to spin off into a Miles Morales solo movie as well. Big discussion with this, of course, would then also be casting. There's been so many fan casts tossed around there. Personally, this is my top pick, Dallas Dupree Young from Cobra Kai. He's the right age. He's got the look. He's a pretty good actor. I could see him as Miles, because that's the problem, is like a lot of these other Miles Morales fan casts that we've had in the past, it's just been so long that we've been talking about this, is they're getting too old now. Caleb McLaughlin, Jaden Smith, they're not old, but they're in their 20s, so obviously that can still be believable as the age of Miles Morales, but I feel like Dallas would be more accurate to the age. So I like that idea. But of course, let me know your own fan cast in the comments below. And what do you think about this idea of Miles Morales making his live action debut in Marvel Studios' Spider-Man 4? And do you want a live action solo Miles Morales movie? So thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.